Come on. In. Oh, look at that crunch. Oh, yeah. We're in. Look at that in there. That is absolutely superb. There you go. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Spring rolls. We're making spring rolls. You know, everybody likes a spring roll. Come on. You know, nicely cooked, golden, dipped in the sauce. We'll probably just serve it with sweet chili sauce. But there you go. We're going to make pork and ginger spring rolls. Sounds fabulous. It is so tasty. Really easy as well. Now what we're going to do is we've got a little bit of veg to do first. Grate some ginger, carrot, chop the rest of the stuff, and then we can start cooking the pork and we'll make a little sauce to go with it. There you go. Come on. So on here, look, I've got some garlic. We want to mince the garlic and we're going to grate the carrot and the ginger. So it's straightforward. The usual. Just give that a little mashing, and you, as big or as small as you like. You know the drill. You know, it's up to you. If you don't want to put garlic in, don't put it in. There's enough flavour with the sauce and the spring onion. But you know, there's just a little bit of something with the garlic there, you know. There you go. That's the garlic done. We got one of these tub things here, look, that'll do on there. Right, before we actually grate anything, because the carrot's going to be grated on the cabbage. I've got a little bit of cabbage here, look. And all we're going to do is whip that little bit of a cord out of there, even though it's not much. And we want to be shredding the cabbage. Shred it up. That'll do. That's our cabbage in there. And all over the board and everywhere, look. In there. Right, we want to be grating some carrot. The carrot's going to go in here as well, because this bit's going to get cooked together. It's the grating of your choice. So we're going to do that medium, I think. Come on, let's throw a couple of big ones in. And then we know we got carrot in there, don't we? Okay, our lovely little piece of ginger. We need a... oh, well, this'll do. We're going to grate the ginger. I don't think there's much of this coming out of there. It's all stuck inside. And get that ginger out of there. There we go. Nice and straightforward. Grated ginger. Just wipe this down. It's a complete mess. We can't work in this mess. Come on. Got a little bit of green onion here, look. Nice and straightforward, you know. We want a little bit of green onion in there. But you know, you can slice it, dice it, do whatever you want. It's up to you. There we go. So that bit is going in there. That bit is going in a tub. Right, let's put a sauce together, come on. Okay, sauce, nice and steady. Start with a little bit of soy sauce. Now this is going to be light soy sauce. So we want about a tablespoon. In there, oyster sauce, about the same. It's a bog standard Asian type sauce, this. Sesame oil. About a teaspoon. I'm going to do about a teaspoon of flour corn starch. Just going to give that a little stir in. That is our sauce. That's all it is. Nothing complicated about this one. You don't need to add any water because it's just a bit of flavouring to go through. We're not having a wet sauce, obviously. This is going to cling to all the veg inside the spring roll. Don't worry about the bits of corn flour. That'll cook off when we start cooking. There you go. Let's crack on. Very, very straightforward stir fry in there. A little bit of oil. Nice little flame on. Doesn't have to be too high. In there with our pork. No, we don't have to wait. Just put it in. It will start to sizzle eventually. Start to break it up. You need to be cooking this in there. It's not like cooking beef. Make sure you cook it. Tiny bit of salt in there. Well, it's all salt and pepper to taste actually. And this is a little bit of pepper. And we're going to put a bit of pepper in when we've cooked the cabbage and everything. So I've not gone too much on this. Start to cook that off in there. Break it up. A little bit of colour. Never did anybody any harm on this. Don't worry. Just break up those clumps of mince as we're going. Garlic in there. Ginger in there. Little stir in, get that flavour in there with that meat. Cook out the rawness of the garlic and the ginger. Getting a little bit of a tinge on there, look, that's fabulous. In there, carrot and cabbage. In it goes. Nice little stir through, come on. Start to cook that in there. Oh, I love spring rolls. It's nice, it's steady. And these spring rolls, you know, are absolutely fabulous. That little bit of ginger in there. But you know, you could sub out the pork if you wanted, put chicken in, even do beef. It doesn't matter. And you know, if you're a veggie, don't bother putting any meat. In fact, just do tofu. Absolutely super. Now this is a very quick sort of stir fry on this. We want about 3 or 4 minutes, no more. We actually want texture in this and not all mush. And then we are going in there with that sauce. In it goes. Quick stir up. Make sure you get it quickly stirred in because it's got that corn flour in. We don't want it all to stick on the bottom of the pan. So that's our fantastic filling right there. Look at that. Flame off. Spring onion tops, green onion tops in. You don't need to cook these. Residual cooking on the tops will be fine. And don't forget, we're going to fry these, so they're going to be cooked anyway. That is our filling. Right, we're just going to let it cool down so it's manageable to put in our wraps. In here I've got a little bit of flour and water. I'm going to use that as a glue. So basically it's just take our roll wraps, which is stuck to the wet tissue, put it down like that, triangle, corner towards you, grab a spoon and in there with some mix, just like that. Big, as much as whatever you want actually. Tuck in, start to roll. Now you can glue as you go. Actually you can put a little bit of flour water mix on there, up to you. So we're just going to bring that in like that, and we're going to tuck it over like that. We're going to get a little bit of our glue on there. We want to seal it, don't we? straight over the top, and there is our spring roll made onto a tray. So you guessed it, let's just keep moving along. There's our rolls ready for frying. Okay, a little bit of oil in there. So when you think you've got your oil hot enough, seam side down. Seam side down. And you don't have to crowd the pan, just nice and steady. And all we're doing is just turning them over. Don't forget, we just want a little bit of colour on here. Everything inside is already cooked. So let's just make them look golden and gorgeous. And when you've got them golden and gorgeous, they come out of there onto a rack to drain. Crack on with the rest, come on. So that's it basically, flame off. Let's have those out of there. Fabulous, look at those. Come on. In. Oh, look at that crunch. Oh yeah, we're in. Look at that in there. That is absolutely superb. There you go. There you go, that's our pork and ginger spring rolls. Look at that. Come on, how do you eat yours? Straight in that sauce. Oh yeah. That is awesome. So we know what's in it. It's all our pork filling in there. A little bit of sauce. That is absolutely bang on. That's fantastic. You know, it's moist in there. You've got that cabbage and things in there as we know, but it's very moist. You've got the pork. Topped off with our little bit of seasoning sauce. That is incredible. Just look in there. Perfect. Perfect. Look how moist that is. Oh yeah. That is too good. That is too good. Oh, that's a nightmare. Let's get these shared. Well, there you go. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make these pork and ginger spring rolls. They might even call them egg rolls around the world. Spring rolls, egg rolls, pork and ginger. There you go. If you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. I'm going to have to move these. We'll catch you in the next video. Oh, these are so good.